Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I did shit. I think I played the whole game without winning one match.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Hey guys.
Yo.
I was calling because I saw that D4 just came up on the Steam store, and I remember you guys talking and made that video.
Yes.
I meant to talk about that on the podcast.
Get that on
ask you guys
Steam
for saying.
instead of Xbox One.
Yes.
So you guys, was that the version you played when you made the video?
No, it was not out yet, but as we played it, it really was like, oh man, with the Kinect, you're like controlling a cursor. I don't really like the Kinect. So then we tried it with a controller, and it was, again, you were using a joystick to get the analog stick, whatever, to get the cursor around. When they showed it running on a PC, I think at PAX, that was just, oh yeah, play this. This is the definitive version. And I stick by it. I normally don't play games on a computer. I think that's the way to do it.
And a kind of a connected question. I'm a big fan of Deadly Premonition, and it's like inspired by Twin Peaks. Do you guys have any opinions on that, like the recent month of news on the new Twin Peaks season?
Yeah. It's all bullshit.
Total fucking bullshit. That's a quote from David Lynch.
That is.
I am of the opinion that Twin Peaks is not very good. I know I'm in the minority. Most people who watch Twin Peaks seem to like it.
I don't know if you're in the minority, maybe almost sort of.
Then if you're not in the minority, there's a very vocal fan base for that show.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
But I just feel like there was not very much there to begin with, and it attained this cult status, which was a fucking miracle that happened to begin with. And I really don't think there's any way this new series can attain that. And I really don't think there's any way that it can even fulfill what the fans' expectations are after 20 plus years of building this unfinished show up in their mind. There's no way that it can end up in any way other than disappointment. That's how I feel about it.
I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. I think for me, the one thing that might be interesting about the new one is that, in my opinion, overall Twin Peaks I don't like, but the few episodes that I really did were the ones David Lynch directed.
Yeah.
And he's apparently directing like all of them in this new one.
Yeah.
So there might be a sliver of hope there, but I don't think it's going to deliver. I think when this comes out, there's no way you won't get about 75% of people going, this is fucking disappointing.
Written and directed is very important.
Yeah.
There were a lot of episodes in the original show that were not even written by Lynch.
Yeah. I'm not even saying it won't be good. Really, I just think it's going to be, there's no way it won't disappoint the fan base. Yeah. It's an impossible task.
Yeah.
They've given themselves.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like no matter what, I will be happy with what comes out, if it at all comes out, because of all the drama that went on with it getting canceled. They weren't going to meet Lynch's demands on money and length and some of the other things. But then there was this whole social media campaign with other stars dropping out, telling Showtime, like, you gotta fucking do this with Lynch or we're all out. They made a deal. It's gonna happen now. This has gone over the course of a couple months, and people that have been big fans have been following this kind of thing. I've been one of those people. So I've been very invested and very excited. At this point, the fact that it's back on means I'm gonna get something that's better than nothing for me. And like you said, Rocco, the stuff that shined in the show and in the film Fire Walk With Me was Lynch having 100% director control.
Yeah.
He's behind the wheel from start to finish.
Like I said,
that's what he's getting apparently with this new Showtime deal. So my expectations are high, and I feel like they're going to be met. So kind of like exactly opposite of what you said, Derek. But that's the best example of how it's split.
That does sound dangerous. My expectations are high, and I know they're going to be met. It's not something you normally want to hear.
Well, I should say
that might be the last thing you want to say right now.
Setting yourself up for failure.
I should say,
or ultimate success.
I don't know if expectations are high is the best way to phrase that.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
But
I'm very excited that it's gonna happen.
Let me say, I do feel like there is an expectation that this will be the greatest TV show ever made.
No.
I feel, maybe not from you, but I feel like people aren't saying that, but in their hearts, that's kind of what they're expecting.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, for me, is a great show that supplements a fantastic film. I like the movie Fire Walk With Me better than anything in the show. And that's kind of just, I don't know. I come from the background of being like a huge David Lynch fan. So for me, it was like, oh, this is a cool show he made. But I identify with all his films more than any of the other stuff. That being said, this is another take at him doing a show. Like, he got to do the thing with ABC, now he gets to do the thing with Showtime. Is it going to be as good as one of his movies? Probably not, but I'm excited to see what it is, I guess.
Do you think it'll be as
That's
good
how I'll
as
phrase
the
it.
original Twin Peaks?
I think it's going to be better than the
Yeah,
original.
there's no way. I think there's no way.
Season 2 made that show take such a shit. That went from a cool supernatural kind of like, it had some campy fun moments that are very Lynchian, but then it went to just cheese fucking sitcom like weirdness at certain points in season 2. That season left a big black stain on that show. Now, Lynch came back for some of the finale episodes and some of the key crucial episodes in the show, but I mean, that whole season 2, it's boring. I could talk about Twin Peaks forever, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. But that's my 2 cents.
There it is.
There you go.
Mr. Daniel.
I fell off at season 2. I watched like the first 2 episodes of season 2, but I had watched all of season 1.
Well,
those are the best ones.
Yeah, after the first 2 episodes of season 2, they tell you who the killer. The big mystery of the whole show was who's the killer. Then you find out, and it's like, no wonder the show takes a shit from there.
All right.
They played their hand.
Very
There you
cool,
go.
guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've never seen Twin Peaks. I never watched it.
I think
I
it's
don't
worth.
think you'd like it.
I think it's worth watching again. I'm not into it, but it's worth seeing just because there isn't another show like that. It's like it's in a TV history way. It's interesting.
I was confused as shit when that biker brawl where 9 people died happened down in like Waco in Texas.
Yeah.
Like a month ago or whatever.
Wasn't it like 20 people?
Yeah, 9 people died, but like 100 people got arrested or something.
okay.
Because it happened at a Twin Peaks, which is apparently a Hooters type restaurant, but I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
So they said it
Yeah.
happened at a Twin Peaks. Why is a biker bar like what? There's a biker bar called Twin Peaks. Is it themed after Twin Peaks? Oh no,
It's the Roadhouse.
Yeah, it's a Hooters restaurant. Okay, got it.
There's a biker bar that's a main location in Twin Peaks called Roadhouse.
Oh really?
That's funny, yeah.
That's a dope Swayze movie.
Strange.